Hi everyone, it's me Liz and welcome back to the Poppy Library. Definitely dealt with some shit the past month. I'm just kidding. It was pretty rough, but we'll just talk about the fun stuff because that's just fun, right? This is me trying to keep warm while electricity is out during a snowstorm, which then turned into an ice storm, which then led to broken pipes, and no electricity still for a whole week. But we try to make the best of it while things were still really pretty and fluffy, and to be honest, it didn't last long, and it was rather quite the traumatizing experience, but we made it. We did it. I did it. Let's just say I did it. We all did it. It's over now, and now I can enjoy these fun, beautiful videos of snow and pretend like that whole thing never happened. It's fine. It all turned out okay, so I'm thankful for that. So of course, in any kind of stressful situation, I start a sweater. I panic, pulled stuff from my stash while escaping my house that was cold and powerless, and definitely knew I didn't have enough for a sweater, but did I care? No, I didn't. I did not. And so I just knitted this sweater, very well knowing that I had to buy another skein from somewhere, and the colors weren't going to match. But you know what? Desperate times call for desperate measures. And it's so cute. I don't care. It's adorable, and it's cozy, and I love it. And this is the Woodwardia Raglan, my first life-size Raglan, from the Ready Set Raglan book by Pom Pom magazine. And it's great. You can also tell here that I panic cut my hair during, the whole snowstorm thing. It'll grow back. Side note on that. But this raglan was really nice. I customized it to show off my favorite parts, like my tattoos. It accentuates my shoulders, which I love my shoulders. And it's cropped, so I can wear it over my dresses. I usually wear dresses. And it's not too tight, so it doesn't, show off my backside. I'm very self-conscious about it. And it just fits so nice. I love it. The stitching pattern on the arms is really what gets me. It's called a stocking stitch. And I just love that little detail. So more to come when that yarn comes in. My newest adventure are these tiny sweaters. This is what I use when I'm warming up my hands in order to start knitting on bigger projects. And I love them. They're adorable. And I keep all of my fingering weight yarn in these little bins that are actually used for pots. And it's just really nice to pick up your favorite yarn that, of course, that I've shown you a million times on this vlog. But it's nice to pick it up and start off a tiny sweater. I can finish it within an hour, and it warms up my hands. Again, my hands are usually really stiff when I start knitting, and especially when you're starting that first round, which is always really rough. So I just wanted to let new knitters out there know that everyone, no matter how experienced you are, starts off a little rough, especially with the first couple of rounds. Your hands are stiff. My hands love to shake. I can't stop. My hands don't stop shaking when I first start knitting something, and so it's nice to warm your hands up and end up with a finished product at the end. There are tons of tiny sweater patterns online, so I would recommend any of them actually. But this is just a little raglan style, and it's really cute. My goal at the end of the year is to have a whole bunch of tiny sweaters to make a little tiny sweater Christmas tree. These will be my ornaments. So lately I've been just looking at everything that I have in my stash for new projects and new inspiration. And I came across one of my favorite purchases that I haven't touched because I want the perfect project for it, which is this Hedgehog Fibres Kidsilk lace base in the color Nutmeg. And it's so beautiful. I've been so self-conscious. I just want to use it for something perfect, and I think I just need to make the jump sooner rather than later. So that way it's ready in time for when it gets cold again, because now it's starting to warm up. But I mean, look at it. My eyes have been drawn toward it for the past week here in the office. Gotta use it soon. I did also purchase some more sweaters, quantity of yarn, and I fell in love with this color and this base. And it's so squishy, and it's my favorite shade of blue, which is what I call a Frida blue. And I can't wait. This is coming up after I finish my Raglan. I did also purchase a sock set, which is called Darkest Corner in the Library. And it spoke to me because look at this blue. It's like the same blue I'm wearing. But it's delicious. It's a yak sock base, so it's 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, and then I believe it's a 10% nylon. So it's squishy, and it's going to give you that nice elastic shaping in your sock. And so I decided, while I'm waiting for my yarn to come in to finish my sweater, because I didn't have enough, I was going to start some shorty socks that came out, which is the Flying Birds pattern by Joji Locateli. And so the therapeutic process of winding yarn begins again. I did get a new yarn bowl. I saw this at our local gardening store, and it's actually a pot, but there's no hole at the bottom, and if you're a gardener, you know that's a no-no. So this was my new yarn bowl. Specifically when I feel like I need a little spark of inspiration to get things done, this is going to be the project bowl. Isn't she cute? I love her. Olive loves her too. So after the snowstorm, which was pretty intense, I feel like I'm still yet to recover from it emotionally. And so I've been taking things very, very slow, very slow. And knitting helps me relieve my stress. It also helps me pay attention to things and look at things in different ways and in different light, and pay attention to the tiny details of the project that I'm working on, which opens a whole new avenue of creativity and new projects. And I'm really enjoying taking it slow, which is great. In this household, my husband and I are gardeners, and so we have tons of plants and tons of pots, and during that snowstorm, we honestly thought everything that was outside that we didn't put indoors was just gonna die. Even some of my indoor plants died because we didn't have electricity. So I was very nervous about spring. Spring is actually now starting late, a week late, and you can really see it. Things would be flourishing at this point here in Central Texas, but they're not. And that kind of stresses me out. Climate change stresses me out. But it's so nice to see things growing back and to plant new plants and to see this green growth come out of something that was all white and dead just a few weeks ago. And things are growing with a vengeance. I've never seen plants pop back like this so fast. The warmer weather is really creating so much growth and so much lushness, and there's been like light spots of rain here and there, and things did survive those kinds of storms, and so it makes you really think about life like that in a different perspective. I don't know, it's changed my perspective for sure. It's definitely changed the way I think about things that feel impossible or hard at one point, and feels like things are dying or going away, and then all of a sudden things come back green and more vibrant and more lush than they did before. And plants really help tell that story, especially after a snowstorm. And things will survive. So even though it was hard, we're all just taking it slow here and appreciating everything that spring has to offer this year. So thanks for joining me, and I can't wait to tell you all about it next time too.